everyone, this is Robin Norgren and I'm here for this week's Linger question. So I'm going through my email this morning and I got my email, my pretty much weekly email from the lovely Danielle Laporte of the Firestarter Sessions, which I have mentioned her before and have loved the work that she's putting out in the world. And in the title of the email was the question, no, was it a question? No, I don't think it was a question. It said, authenticity is sexy. And I was like, yeah, it is. It is. And then, but something wasn't sitting right. And I'm like, what's going on? I think, so then I kind of switched the words around and I made it into a question. Is authenticity sexy? And, I would say yes, it is, but I am starting to get a little bit, I don't know, I don't like the word authenticity, and I know that sounds kind of nuts, but I think it's an overused term. I think it's a term that's used quite a lot online, especially, that, you know, you just have to be authentic enough, and then you know, you'll be able to gain a following and build your client base. And man, I just think it's almost like a product now. Here's my authentic, you know, here's my authenticity, and it's been bottled up and it's a product now. And I don't like that. I think that there are times when you meet someone and there's such a disconnect, and I think part of it's because there is a packaging involved when you try to experience authenticity online. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, what you hear and see from me is me attempting to take my authentic self and put it out there for you. But, you know, I'm not going to lie. There's some days where I'm like, oh, this is such a grind. Only because you almost have to work a little bit harder to really have that authenticity come through, I would say. So I almost want to change that and say, how about saying the desire to connect is sexy? Because what I find is that out there in the real world, when you are attempting to meet people authentically, I think you are meeting them authentically, and they're either afraid to connect, or they feel intimidated to connect, or they just, you know, choose not to connect, you know. So I want to say that I actually think the desire to connect and to really try to come into connection with someone else, I think that's what's sexy. So that's my linger question for you this week. Is authenticity sexy? Is the reframing of authenticity to have it mean the desire to connect, is that more of a sexier option? And in what ways do those speak to you and really connect with you, especially in this world where most of our connection seems to be happening technologically as opposed to on a one-to-one basis? I know that I myself, I am dealing with a lot of my tendencies to be more personal and introverted and wanting to connect in small groups. And the problem with that is that you have to find that small group, have to find that tribe that is wanting that type of intimacy, because that type of intimacy in a group of, say, 6, as opposed to that group of, say, 50 of your closest friends, for me, I have to take myself out of that ball field, because the person you meet when there's 6 of us and the person you meet when there's 50, I will guarantee it's 2 different people. And I'm not meaning to be 2 different people. It's just I feel just this sense of I can't really get to know you because there's too much noise when there's a larger group. So again, thank you for meeting with me again this Wednesday for the Linger question, and I challenge you to look at your idea of authenticity and how you're being authentic in the world, and see if you're feeling some sort of disconnect, why it is that there is a disconnect. Maybe there is a sense of you're authentic in certain areas, and not in other areas. And it's just a matter of a personality issue and not any sort of default on your part. But I challenge you. I mean, there may be some places you got to grow more. I know there's places for me. So, all right, thank you for tuning in with me this week, and I hope to talk to you soon.